The higher the limit of the cover, the cheaper it is.
And not necessarily for medical covers, even for
the
vehicles,
any other product. If you want to have real value in insurance, make sure you ask for more. If you ask for more, you pay less. If you have taken a cover limit of 5 million to 10 million and you've gone to abroad, maybe South Africa, India, and you have such a cover, insurance company allows you to pay zero. It pays for your evacuation, it pays for so much while abroad, as long as the cover limit is above 5 million.
Hi guys, I hope this video finds you well. Welcome back to this channel. Sisi ni watu wa insurance. My name is Martin. In case you're here for the first time, we do civic education as well as reviews on insurance, especially within the Kenyan market. And as always, we always encourage you as our viewers to keep sending us those questions, because you give us content. You give us a reason to do more relatable content to help you. We are more intentional to help you understand insurance, especially those areas that you are looking to have that information. We don't want to do random videos without you sending us those questions. So you sending us those questions is very important, because we want to address them from where you are looking for that information. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you subscribe. Is the best way to support this channel, because this information we are giving it for free. And we want to bring it home without you necessarily having to go to insurance companies to seek for this information. So we want to avail this information to you as much as we can. So subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so that every time we post a new video like this one, you'll be among the first person to be notified. Now, in our previous video, we talked about medical cover on budget, and we were looking for average Kenyans. Those people who think that normal medical covers are expensive. So we were looking at what is available in the market that is more affordable to most people. And if you haven't watched that video, I'm going to leave a link in the description box, so that you can go and watch and maybe recommend to someone who thinks that they cannot afford a normal medical cover. But in today's video, we want to look at a conventional medical cover for someone who doesn't really mind about budget. So we want to look at one product that is in the market for someone who is looking at something that has a bigger limit in terms of coverage, and also more options in terms of what is being covered, and also in terms of how many hospitals and which levels of hospitals they can go with this medical cover. So we want to look at someone who doesn't really mind about the budget. So in today's video, before we get into this conversation, make sure that you leave a comment, like this video and leave a comment below. If you really enjoy this conversation, make sure that you leave a comment. Let us know you enjoy. Even if you don't have a question, sema hapo chini, we enjoy this conversation. So let me invite my comrade ndio tuweze kuhave na hii conversation, and I hope you are going to enjoy. Take a pen and a paper. Let's dive into it. Karibu sana bwana Mwai.
Thank you, Martin. And to our listeners, to our viewers, I always like starting by appreciating you.
Yes.
For continuous support, and you really give us the motivation to educate you more. And previously we've really dealt or looked at that person who is average. But today I want us to look at this person now who don't mind about how much what they want is a good medical cover.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that what we've been discussing is not good.
Yes.
It's just that it's on budget.
Yes.
Now this particular person who want to have a cover limit of more than 10 million.
Yes.
Or 5 million. And surprisingly, I will tell you this, it may shock you to know or to learn that a cover limit of 5 million is cheaper than 2 million cover. I will show you practical. So one thing I can tell you is this. The more the cover, and this is basic to all the insurance companies, the higher the limit of the cover, the cheaper it is.
And not necessarily for medical covers, even for
the
vehicles,
any other product. If you want to have real value in insurance, make sure you ask for more. If you ask for more, you pay less. An example is that person who is buying a motor insurance for a car valued 10 million. He can pay less than that person, or he can pay at a very low rate compared to that person who is buying a motor vehicle for a Toyota Vitz.
A 550,000 vehicle.
Yes. That is the major difference. The same thing, if you want to buy a life insurance, because in our next video we may look at that.
Yes.
A life insurance of maybe 10 million, you would pay less money as compared to you buying for 1 million cover, life cover. So that is, I don't know how they do it, but basically the higher the value, the more affordable they make it for you in insurance. So today we want to look at this person who want to have a medical cover valued at 5 million limit. But it is also important, I tell our viewers, that there's also another aspect or another thing hidden that you must look at while buying a medical cover. Something very critical called sublimit. You may buy a cover limit of 5 million in insurance A, and you buy the same cover of 5 million in patient limit in insurance B, yet if something happens, you may enjoy more under insurance B than insurance A, in spite of the cover being of the same limit.
Yes.
Yeah, so it is important. As you buy the medical cover, consult widely, have a second opinion from people you can trust. So basically, and I want to do this practically, assuming you are between age 19 to age 30, for a cover limit of 5 million, guess how much you would pay? If you are aged between, so this is not doing me well. All right, a cover limit. This is frustrating.
Yes.
So maybe I can read to our guys.
Yes. I'm just going to do a screen recording.
Yeah, we shall do a screen recording. Yeah. So good. A cover limit of, let's start with the basic 5 million. Yeah. If you are between 19 to 30, and you are just alone, you would pay 34,000
for a cover limit of
5 million.
In case you have a medical bill,
yes,
that are close to 5
million,
you'll only have paid 34,000.
You'll have paid good. If you are just you and your spouse, and you are aged between 19 to 30, you would pay 54,315 shilling. Whole year. We are talking of annually. If you are a member plus 2 dependent, meaning
wife
you,
and a child,
spouse, and a child, you would pay annually 75,815. It becomes more exciting when you are taking a cover limit of 10 million. If you're between age 19 to 30, a cover limit of 10 million, you'd pay per year 52,000 whole year. Yeah. If you are, it's just you and your
wife
and your
spouse,
wife,
and you're
or
between the age of 19 and 30.
yeah, annually you would pay 82,000. What is more interesting in this cover limit between 5 million and 10 million is that if you require to seek a medical, for the medical service, that is the word I was looking for, abroad, and let's say you have taken a cover limit of 5 million up to 10 million, you would pay zero.
What do you mean?
If you have taken a cover limit of 5 million to 10 million and you've gone to abroad, maybe South Africa, India, and you have such a cover, insurance company allows you to pay zero. It pays for your evacuation, it pays for so much while abroad, as long as the cover limit is above 5 million. Yeah.
So you mean even for the transport?
Even for the transport, it will cover. That is why it is very important to ask for more. You will pay less. Yeah. But at the same time, depending with the type of a cover you have bought, always ask this question: what is my sub limit? You may take a cover limit of 10 million, but if an illness surpasses 1 million, you'll pay the difference out of your pocket. You could be having a cover limit of 10 million and a certain illness has absorbed or imekukula, imeitisha 2 million. That cover limit may only cover 1 million, or basically 10% of the annual of the total inpatient limit. So always ask, what is the sub limit? Sub limit means for every illness there is some allocated portion within the entire cover. Your cover limit, yes, could be 10 million, but for diabetes specifically, it pays maybe 500,000. If you have a pre-existing condition, maybe blood pressure or something like that, yes, it is 10 million, but the maximum it can pay for that particular condition could be 100,000. So it is always important to ask, what is my sub limit in this cover? If you ask your agent and he is hesitant, please run. Because the moment you'll get into the hospital, that is when the shocker will beat you. That is why it is always important you have a second opinion. Yeah, you can even ask around, what does Jubilee have, what does Britam have, what does Madison have, AER, all those companies. And then there are those companies that prioritizes accident over natural illnesses. Yes, you could be having a cover limit of 6 million or 10 million, but 3/4 of that can only be utilized when you have had an accident. Quarter utilized for natural illnesses. So that is why it is important to ask, what is my sub limit? Because if, let's say, an illness, critical illnesses comes, and you have a cover limit of maybe 10 million inpatient, there are those covers or medical covers that does the entire bill, while there are others that only covers a portion, say 10%, say 20%. That is why it is super critical to ask about a sub limit. So as for the quotation, we can always do for you depending with your family size and your age, because it is dependent on the age of our guy. Yes.
All right. So what are the conditions of this normal medical cover?
Condition, what do you mean?
Conditions for you buying a medical cover, are they let me give you what I'm in simple terms. You have to be a Kenyan, you cannot be taken if you have a condition.
Okay.
Those conditions, that's what I'm asking for.
All right. So as for the condition, number one, you don't necessarily need to be a Kenyan to have a medical cover. Number two is if you are below 55 years of age, you don't need to go for a checkup, as much as the cover limit is quite huge. So we can onboard you, and you are allowed to utilize the cover within a month or after just 1 month. And again, the only thing we need from you is your ID or your passport, your KRA pin, or what we call the national, this a certain document for those people who resides or who are US citizens, and then you pay. Simple. Once you pay, we onboard you. Within 1 month, you can use the cover. But it is super important to always have a medical cover.
Yes.
I always say that sometimes, illness comes when you are not even prepared.
Yes.
And the more you see, when you don't have a medical cover, you tend to delay to go to a hospital.
Yes.
By so doing, you understand that the illness keeps on
becoming complicated
it becomes complicated. It compounds, so that by the time you're going to that hospital, the much you would have paid is times 2 or times 3. So we can always help you to choose a good medical cover.
Yes.
And we customize medical cover depending with the client's preference.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think there's a video that we did and we highlighted in brief what a customer should look for when they are buying a medical cover. Maybe one of it, and I'm going to put a link in the description box for that video.
Yes.
We talked about the options in terms of the hospitals.
Yes.
Or the panel of hospitals. That is number one thing. Also, they also need to ask which are the available and paneled hospitals that I can visit if I have a specific cover for maybe a company A.
Sure.
It's an important thing too.
It's very important.
Yes.
Because sometimes you may take a cover. It could look good. Unfortunately,
limited.
the hospitals you are given are just basic hospitals. However, that doesn't mean that they can't help you with those basic hospitals, because when an illness strike, the first thing is which is the closest hospital.
Yes.
It's not which is the
most standard. You don't look at the standard first.
Yeah, you look at
attention first.
Sure.
So I think it's only fair that they go and watch that video, because we covered quite a lot.
Yeah.
And if you have any question in regards to medical cover, whether it's maternity question, pia tulitaka hiyo question
maternity, yes.
What are the terms and conditions? The maternity cover, that is medical cover, with the option of maternity. So we covered that video. I'm going to leave all those links in the description box, so make sure that you go and watch those videos, because we have covered quite a lot. And do not hesitate to send us those questions. We are looking for your comment in the comment section. Send us those questions and we'll be able to do a video for you, maybe the next video. Sure. Yes. Maybe something else as we wind up.
Not really, but what I would like to do is to thank our viewers for keeping track of what we do. And we can assure you we have a solution for especially those young people.
Yes.
Yeah, the so-called Gen Z. Najua sisi ndio tume-exit.
Yes.
Yeah, so that if you really need a medical, because again, Gen Z wanajipanga kivyao.
Very true.
So it is super important.
Yes.
It doesn't choose the age, just strikes.
And I think we're also going to do another video. There's this perception maybe young people don't really need medical covers. Kuna watu wanasemaga I'm healthy, I'm strong.
Yeah. We shall do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's for the young and strong.
Young and strong.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
So make sure that you keep touch with what we post in our content, in our YouTube channel, and make sure that you like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't, turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss either of our videos. So thank you very much for watching this video to the end, and I hope we give you value for your time. And until we see you in the next video, God bless you and
Bye bye.
Bye bye.